We are previewing Manchester United's next match at home against Brentford. The Bees of London are headed up to Manchester for a big match. Thomas Frank's lads, the Dane with the great hair, is coming to United. Erik still in the seat. Can't believe it. This American Red Devil is shocked. I thought they'd make a move over international break. They have not as of yet. But, hey, a lot of season left. Plenty of time to fire a manager. I guess they think they'll wait till November. They'll wait till it gets nearer Thanksgiving. But either way, American Devils are back. Manchester United is back. Misery, disappointment, heartbreak, all those things I know and associate with my dear club are back, sir. United, I dread it. I dread watching that team play it these days. They got no heart. They got no fight. Will they show up on the weekend for their manager? He's not quite on the hot seat. It's cooled down a little bit. That probably means they're going to shit the bed. How we feeling? How we doing?
I can't believe it. Football, bloody hell.
You can say it to the upside. You can say it to the downside. Football, bloody hell. What a comment. And, man, this is the low for me. By far, this is the low post Sir Alex of the least interested I am in watching this team play. I mean, you got players who don't want to run. You got a manager who can't figure it out. We're getting questions asked of us by low oppositions. We can't score. Couldn't hit the broadside of a barn, sir. And, just the 1,000-yard stare on the touchline, looking really confused, bringing on weird subs, changing the center backs, getting Anthony on. It's very uninspiring. I can't imagine, though, in the dressing room, it is inspiring to be playing right now at Manchester United. But regardless, we all need to shake it off, even the fans. And you know what? Sometimes when the expectations have been the lowest with this manager and the expectations have been the lowest with these players, they have proven us right. They have not had the death kneel, so to speak, like the Ole death kneel, where that Watford result, this Brentford could beat you 5-1, and that could be it.
Remember 4-1?
We
Remember
could
4-1?
fight back in a passionate, blaze of glory, beat Brentford at home like we should, and celebrate like we won the league, and then get gazumped the next fixture. Sir, how are we feeling? How are we doing?
No, I mean, I know exactly what you feel. It's like the player's going to be up for it. Every time we count them out, sometimes they disappoint us. They used to just like show up every time their back was against the wall. That's happening less so these days. But United, at this point, dude, whoever the manager is, I don't think he should still be there, but I'm backing him. I want this team to do well. I want this team to play good football. And these players, hey, I get it. They're not getting a lot of motivational words. They're hearing a lot of, from the manager. This is still Manchester United. They all get paid a shit ton of money to play football. Let's go out there. Let's put a little pride in the badge because Brentford are a good team. They're a good team. I think they're in 11th ahead of us, which is hilarious, but they're a good team. They score goals. They play with confidence. They play without fear. Exactly the opposite of how this Manchester United team plays these days, with fear, scared of everything, scared of their own shadow. Gutless footballers. Who's going to show up on the weekend, sir? Who's showing up? That's showing up. He's still around. He's still around. He's still around.
Look, what we want to see, we want to see shit football gone. We want to see something fresh at Manchester United, and there's going to be a lot of questions asked. I want to see Ugarte. Ugarte has to start. Still Lit and Martinez have to start. I mean, they're like Mazraoui's out. Now it's like, oh no, we're back to Harry Amos has to come in. You need to see Amos come in. Like, we only have Delo. What are you going to do? I mean, like
Martinez.
That's not a great solution.
He's not ready. I watched him on the under-21s. He's a good player, but he's not ready for the Premier League.
He did good in preseason. You gotta, trial by fire. We need people to step. What are we risking in 14th place? Like, that's what I would also ask you. The question is, like, we're not going to win the league. We're not going to get top 4. Why wouldn't you play the youth to like have them learn or even have a go? I'm just sick of playing players out of position this early already at Manchester United.
No, if it wasn't a young player, and actually it can be a detriment to their development if they play a game too early, it rocks their confidence. That's not always a good thing. The one thing this manager actually has done well, and he's done very few things well at this point, is bring in young players when they're ready. So I'm sure he'd want to play him. But yeah, I want to see Amos. He's a player for the future. And you know what? Whoever's the next manager, because there will be a next manager, and that next manager will be sooner rather than later. Harry Amos will get his moment because the youth at United is still elite. The under-21s, the under-18s continue to produce, and they're continuing to play very well. They're having a flying start to their season, unlike the Manchester United senior team. So hey, whenever we figure it out, we're building the building blocks. Lenny Euro on his way
Well, we're
back.
not building building blocks if we have a survival 11 like we did against Aston Villa. Aston Villa is not building blocks. Aston Villa is moving backwards. So what I want to see at Brentford is moving forwards, right? Because we have those players in the roster, and I want to see the manager start them. But quick PSA for the podcast, sir. You like the American Devils, check out our YouTube channel. Just got off the ground this summer. Please like and subscribe. Comment if you disagree with our Muppet takes. You know, we have a lot, and we get a lot wrong, sir. We're not afraid to admit it, but we got that passion that comes with cheering on this club in 14th place. If you really want to be a top Muppet, there's nowhere to hide.
Unbelievable.
People want to
14th
say like,
place.
it's like,
Jesus.
like there's nowhere to hide. 14th.
Do you make Europe in 14th place? Is there like a Europa League?
Yeah.
If you make in the bottom half of the table or not so much?
You want to be a top Muppet, check out our Patreon page, patreon.com/America Red Devils. Also check out our store. We have some great merch. We have hoodies, blankets, stickers, scarves, shirts, beanies, everything you need to support the pod and be a top Muppet. Check out our store. Check out our website. Alex wrote a farewell article to Ten Hag before he sacked. Timing's questionable. Article is great. Please check it out. Tell us about iTunes reviews.
iTunes reviews and 5-star reviews in the American Devils wherever you listen. It's a great way to support the pod. Helps us get found organically by other top Muppets like yourself. And we're giving away free merch. All you have to do is write those 5-star reviews on iTunes or Spotify. Send a screenshot of the review to AmericanDevils@gmail.com with your mailing address, and I'll personally pick, pack, and ship some free ARD gear. Send it right to your door. Anywhere in the world, sir. The bees are buzzing. Up to Manchester. Big game on Saturday.
Let's break this one down. Saturday, October 19th, 7 a.m. Brentford versus Manchester United. Manchester United, the odds-on favorite by Google, but we are 14th place.
They're
We
above
gotta be
us.
climbing up the table. We're coming to Old Trafford. Everybody knows it. The hallowed ground, 70,000 strong. Gonna be cheering them on. Might be leaving early. We'll see.
Well said.
Weather on Saturday. What do we got, sir? You're our UK weather expert.
I'm our resident meteorologist. It's going to be mid-50s, 13 degrees Celsius, mid-50s, light rain, a little breezy, beautiful English football weather. Nothing to complain about there. Scran Watch, Alex's Scran Watch. We're featuring a new venue this time near Old Trafford. We're checking out Cafe Football at the Hotel Football, obviously spearheaded by Neville and some former Class 92 Old Trafford, Manchester United alum. They got the full
They got
spread.
that food does not look great,
It's
sir.
England, baby. It's England. Aim small, miss small. Get something fried.
man, even those-
Supplement it with more
I'll
salt.
tell you, this gives me flashbacks.
Big Benny father food.
Like,
I'll tell you what. Here's my suggestion of eating England. Aim small, miss small. Don't go out of the pies. If you go into a good pie place, you can have a pie, but like keep it on the rails.
just looking at that avocado, like, I'm good. I'm set. Get this guy.
Oh, good. I would not get
Alex's-
the Benny. I would not get a Benny there.
Okay.
You should avoid hollandaise sauce. As someone who used to work at the
It's
restaurant
like, where are
biz.
they getting their avocados from? All right, Brentford,
place we
full
are.
history, sir. Founded in 1896. You know,
The bees.
they play.
The bees.
They're nicknamed the Bees. Let's go. Founded in 1889, playing their home matches at Griffin Park. Now it's the Brentford Community Stadium. They play in West London in England. They won the 2021 championship final. That is being promoted since the first time since 1946-47. They've been a mainstay. Shout out to Brentford and their manager. They have rivalries with Fulham and Queen's Park Raisins, sir. They finished last season in 16th place, currently sitting in 11th. Thomas Frank at the helm. He's been doing a great job. We've been linked to him. Brentford, you know, they're near London. We've been around there. Look at Fulham, sir. You know, you've seen it before, so...
West London doesn't technically count as London. It's like Watford. Watford's a suburb. Technically, Brentford is a suburb, but it's close. You can certainly take the tube there. And like you said, Thomas Frank, very interesting guy. Doing the research for the pod, doing the research for the preview. 51-year-old, hard-nosed Danish coach. And I didn't realize this, but he like basically spent his entire career in Danish football before moving to Brentford in 2016. That was his first job outside of the Danish league, and then he earned their promotion in 2020. And like you said, they've been a mainstay in the EPL. They've actually, you know, I think last year was one of their lower finishes since they got promoted. But Thomas Frank, he's a manager that actually we were attached to over the summer. He was in the Ineos pot while they were dating other managers before they, remarried Erik ten Hag, 3 weeks after the FA Cup final. So very good manager. If you remember his second game in charge for Erik ten Hag, we got beat up in a hot London game. I remember Eriksson, the sweaty cheeks. Thomas Frank had his day. He was laughing.
He chews a lot of gum vigorously on the touchline. Like you said, Danish manager used to coach Brøndby in Denmark. I used to watch when I studied abroad in Denmark. Went to a bunch of FC København games, and Brøndby, their biggest rival. So it's a huge rival in Denmark. And it's interesting to hear. I have a Brøndby kit from back in the day, way back in the day, pre-Thomas Frank. But he is someone to be feared. Brentford is playing high intensity right off the jump. They've been scoring a lot of goals early. Like you said, on the tactical side, let's jump into it.
No, they like to play 1-3-2-5. So he likes to do an extra player in the build-up, back three, 2 holding midfielders, 5 up front, which is insane. And then he likes to rotate with 4 central midfielders, 2 holding, 2 attacking. So just basically create more options in the middle of the park. We've heard about this before. He likes to play through the middle, like you said, super direct. They like to play right up the gut. They like to play really tight, close control players. He's a very tactically aligned manager, and they're going to look to bring it to Manchester United, sir. Getting into who they signed this summer, they had one big outgoing in selling Ivan Toney, a player that United could have used, who ended up going to the Saudi League in a big deal, and they replaced it with this young-ish Brazilian Igor Thiago, who came from the Belgian league. He's got big shoes to fill, but that's what their summer looked like. They also sold Raya officially to Arsenal at the end of his loan. So that was Brentford's summer, sir. And getting into recent performances, they score goals. They've given everyone they played a game, even Man City. They only lost 2-1 to Man City. They beat Southampton 3-1. They lost 3-1 to Spurs. They beat Leyton Orient in the third round of the EFL Cup, tied West Ham, and then that was a great game. Brentford Wolves. That was super fun watch before the international break. So they score goals. They're not afraid of anybody, and they're 11th. This is a trap game. They are dangerous 11th place because they're a very good team.
Yeah, I mean, they're good, but this is a team that Manchester United should be able to confidently handle at home.
Without a doubt.
No excuses. Play like a champion. The problem is we're in 14th place. Lifetime versus the Bees. We've won 10, drawn 3, lost 6. Last 5 here, sir. We've drawn 1, won 3, lost 1. And that loss was a big one, 4-0. Out of the gates for Ten Hag in the summer heat. Is it going to be a 4-0? And is that going to be the nail in the coffin for Ten Hag on the way back? The footballing gods are poetic. We're looking for storylines here. Could this be the last straw?
I don't know anymore because, it changes. This is a new regime where we don't really know how they behave because we don't have enough history to dictate how they're going to act in the future with even with Ole. I got that one wrong. I thought they'd do it after the Liverpool whooping, and then they waited. They let City beat us. Obviously, that was that Watford game, that famous Watford away game where we got lost 4-0. So I don't know anymore. I can't call it because I thought they would have done it last week, but here we are. Bald man still in charge. Let's get into that 11 for Brentford, sir. Who you like? Who you like in that side?
If you play fantasy, Mbeumo's been hot. Damsgaard is a player. They got a lot of Danes as well. But again, nobody that we should be ready for the challenge here. I mean, there's nothing that scares me about this team. I am scared of the energy and the intensity from the jump. United like to have a nap.
Have a rest.
Whoa, we're playing football at an elite level. Who could have figured this out at this time, at this place? For some reason, we got to be ready from the jump. It's clear that we have to be because they score early in a lot of their games. But United just can't be snoozing, and this team is just so inconsistent. It's hard to know, and like you said, Mbeumo, he's a player to watch. 25-year-old French striker, 6 goals in 7 matches.
Mbeumo es bueno. He's a very good player. Hell of a player. We should sign. He's like right up our alley. Why don't we have a player like him? 25-year-old. Scores a lot of.
No, we like guys from the Dutch league who don't score. That's if we could pay more money for guys from the Dutch league who don't score goals, that's probably what
We
we
didn't
would
sign anybody from the Dutch league.
Anthony's from the Dutch
last
league.
window. I'm just saying we didn't sign.
do. Xerxes from the Dutch league.
He came from Bologna FC.
I know,
as
but
you
no,
obviously
but I'm
say.
saying like another Dutch
He's
player.
Dutch.
Who doesn't
I
score
mean, he's
goals.
we signed 2
Another
Dutch guys.
Dutch player doesn't score goals. Let's keep going that direction.
EPL proven. This
Yeah,
guy,
exactly.
wherever Brentford signed player, this guy's a hell of a player.
Well, I mean, Højlund had 10 league goals last year. Everybody's clapping him up. 70-something million euros. This guy is 6 and 7. It's like, come on, we need goals. We're like Southampton scores as many goals as us. We're dying, sir. What do the bookies have for this match?
Oh, get ready. United heavy favorites. Minus 155 at home for United. Plus 320 for the draw. Plus 390 for Brentford away, sir. I don't know. I kind of like that, but obviously we're gonna get into the prediction of the worst gambler you'll ever find. Don't follow my votes because look at John. He's just running away with it.
Yeah. So there's no referee announced yet for this game because we are recording it early in international break. The starting 11 for United. What we showed up against Aston Villa. This is what to me was the most offensive part of this result. This is where Ten Hag gets the biggest criticism is the Evans-Maguire center back pairing. When you're bringing in your boys, we have options and we're going backwards here. Who do you have? What adjustments are you making to this 11? He went with Onana, Dalot, Evans, Magoo, Mazraoui, Eriksson, Menu, Fernandez, then Rashford, Højlund, Garnacho. Of this 11, where would you make adjustments against Brentford at home?
Well, I've heard conflicting report. I mean, Mazraoui apparently had a heart condition that they spotted, and he might be out for up to 2 months. I mean, I don't know if you've heard that, but
He's out for a while.
He's out for a while. We don't know how long, so he's certainly out for the Brentford game. So we hope everything is good with Nasir, our new boy, who's had a great start.
Martinez also, he was questionable. There was like
Garnacho missed international break. So did Martinez. So did Kobe. So like a lot of this, I don't know if they were just doing it to miss going to.
No, Martinez went.
No, Alejandro did not.
Yeah,
that was the one. Okay,
yeah, Garnacho did not go. Martinez went, but there was rumor that he had an injury when he got there.
So this is what I'm doing for the Brentford game. I'm going to do Dalot in his favored right back spot. Obviously, Onana in net. I'm going to do Delit, Martinez. I guess Lindelof. I mean, who are you going to play left back? Martinez, or maybe you play Martinez with Maguire at center back with Delit. So I'm playing Martinez as left back. I'm going to do a midfield of Ugarte, Eriksson, and Bruno, and then the same front three: Rashford, Garnacho, and Højlund. So what do you got? And obviously Bruno in the hole.
Yeah. So for me, what I like, the 11 tells you the whole story of Manchester United at the moment, which is what we will get at Brentford, which is like we should get hey, we're in a rebuild. We should be playing young players and we should be like moving forward. What you're going to see is survival ball from the manager. And survivor football doesn't bring Manchester United forward. It doesn't help us get to top 4. It doesn't help us get to our next title or develop the youth. It helps us keep getting draws to save the manager from the ultimate acts. And so you're going to get, I think you're going to get Evans-Maguire. I think they won that spot. You're going to see it again from the manager. You're going to get Lindelof left back, Dalot right back. I think you're going to see the same exact midfield and forward 3. It's going to be the same thing, survival ball. We must protect this house. Brentford's a real tough team. We got to defend against them at home, right? That's where we are. That's where we are. That's what we have been. And I think that's where we will continue to be. That being said, let's get into our score predictions here. John is off to a...
Who's John? Is that you?
Third person, baby, when I'm talking about this.
When I'm talking gambling, it's somebody else.
So Alex has gotten out of the 9 matches.
Now you're gloating?
No,
gloating?
let me set the table.
Okay,
here.
go ahead.
We've had 9 games. Alex has had 2 results predicted correctly.
I'm not a bookie. I'm very bad. Very bad at betting, apparently.
So I've had 8 results right out of 9.
Look at you.
And
that must be skill.
A lot of those predictions were controversial. I'm predicting losses.
All right, so you're up first. Go ahead.
No,
you're doing very well.
You're up first. So I have 34
No, I went up
points.
first last time. You're actually up.
I have 34 points here. Alex has 6.
I guess the Villa. I guess Villa 4-0. You don't want Wagyu's too fatty, sir. You go first, bro. You're up.
Because everybody knows that the stake is on the line at the end of the season. Who predicts the scores the best? For me, Brentford 2-1. They're going to beat us at home. I just don't see a way back for this team of bluffers, especially given the fact that Ten Hag hasn't even gotten the backing of Ineos yet. I feel like it's a toxic place to be. How could we ever really get our ducks in order if we don't even know if the manager is going to be there or not, or how long he's going to be there?
Yeah, I don't think there's not the same pressure to like get even a good result, like a 0-0. So I think it's going to be a loss as well. I think 3-1. People are going to be furious. People are going to leave in early, get a late consolation goal. And this is, it just smells like a plus 390,
But like, what does that say about you and me where we think that there's a high probability fans are going to leave the match early? Like doesn't that say something in and of itself? Like we believe, like we're Muppets. We love this club. Travel all the way over there. We have season tickets. We back this team till the day we die.
We have a pod, by the way.
And we have a pod.
We have a pod. I'm sweating. It's like 92 degrees in this room.
And we're literally
cooking.
like, we're saying that we think that Brentford is going to come to Old Trafford.
And why is that?
Play us off the park, and fans are going to leave early.
Why is that?
Ineos doesn't think there's a problem with that.
Well, you don't know that they don't think it's a problem yet. Just because they haven't made a decision doesn't mean they don't think it's a problem.
Nothing about it.
But here's the thing. Why do we know that? Because guess how many pods we've done? 584 pods. You and I have been watching.
Understand.
You and I have been watching this team for 20 years since we were in high school. We're not in high school anymore. We know, and also we've seen this fucking circus.
This isn't Liverpool. This is Brentford. My point is,
Brentford are good. If they're good enough to stay in the EPL for 5 straight years,
you have to understand where we have come from and where we are.
We're in the mud, bro.
No,
we're in the mud.
No,
we're
we're
in the mud.
Beyond that.
We're in the mud, face down. We're
Like,
face down to the mud.
We're in the runoff of the junkyard, sir. Like, because we used to be like, oh wait, well, Liverpool are good. Oh wait, Arsenal are good. And now we're like, oh wait, Brentford are good, right? And then it comes down to like
Villa are good. Villa are better.
So who are the teams we're beating? Southampton.
Yeah, it's
Barnsley.
Everton.
We haven't beat Everton yet
will.
this year.
We will.
They're good.
They're always good.
Frisky. My point is, think of the teams we're beating. It used to be like we beat the Brentfords.
You're making an argument.
We beat the Fulhams. Now we don't do that anymore.
We're talking about firing our
going
manager.
so far back.
It's not even Halloween yet. We've been talking nonstop about firing our manager for the last 13 months.
Get this guy a hayride.
Clearly.
Big pumpkin patch.
I'll tell you what.
This guy loves a pumpkin patch.
It's hotter in the pod room. You got the ambulance pouring by. You got to check out. Any dads out there, you know about the pumpkin patch racket.
Okay,
Talking about rackets.
What would you rather do? Hayride at the pumpkin patch
or
watch this Brentford game?
Brentford all day. Baking in the sun. It was hotter than anticipated. We drove and it was way hotter at the destination than it was at our house. I'd rather watch bald fraud and this crappy United team walk out.
The hayride's probably faster.
The reason they're going to walk out early is because Brentford's going to come out the gates hot. United's going to have no answer, and then they're going to kind of just sit there and not put the knife to us. They'll beat us. We'll have no answer, and then United fans will be frustrated by halftime, and the manager will put on Anthony and then somebody else at halftime, and everyone's going to leave. Yeah, because we know it's going to happen. We know it's going to happen.
We know it's going to happen. All right, sir. That's it. That's the podcast. You want to support the America Devils, please check out our YouTube channel. Like, subscribe. Get us your comments. You disagree with anything we say or the Muppet Take. Please let us know passionately in the comments below. Like, subscribe, wherever you listen, iTunes, Spotify, etc. Everything you do helps. This is independent fan content, sir. We really appreciate your support. Also, check out our Patreon page, patreon.com/AmericaDevils and AmericaDevils.store for merch. Truckers, hats, shirts, scarves, everything you can buy supports the Muppet Take. Get us our top 10 downloads the last 7 days.
Number 1, how you doing? Dublin, Ireland, Brooklyn, New York, Oslo, Norway, Chicago, Illinois, Los Angeles, California, Seattle, Washington, Melbourne, Australia, Houston, Texas, Manchester, England, and New York, New York. Appreciate all the American Devils listening week in, week out. Big game on the weekend. Big game for the manager, Erik Ten Hag. Will it be his last stand? I don't think so. They're going to give him a victory lap. They're like, hey, you get another month of games. You won the FA Cup. We'll fire you in November. Smell you later, bro.
Smell you. All right, here we go.
See you later, guys.